Hey guys, I want to give you a quick tutorial on assembling the paint racks. We'll start by going through the parts. There are 5 of these in most of the kits. These are the pieces that go in on the front of each shelf. And then there are the actual shelves that have the holes in them for the paint. On most of the kits there's going to be 4 that are the same, and the top one is smaller, as you can see. The holes are all the same, but the distance that it goes back is different, so that's a different one. That's how you identify the top one, and then the other ones are the same. Then there are the 2 sides, which are identical, mirror images of each other, and then the bottom piece. So in order to put this together, you're going to want to get your favorite glue, whether it's wood glue or white glue, or as I prefer, CA glue. It's an instant glue. If you use CA glue, use the medium variety. There's usually a very thin, which is like a water consistency, and then there's a medium gap filling, and then there's usually a slow version. So use the medium or the slow and you'll have great results. And I like to use a little bit of accelerator. Different brand names have different names for their accelerator. This one's called Instaset. If you use the Zap glue, it's going to be Zip Kicker. They've all got their own catchy names, but if you're using a CA and an accelerator, you're in good shape. I put my accelerator in a small applicator bottle like this with a needle, so I can control very precisely where it goes and not waste a lot of it by spraying it into the air. But it also comes in an aerosol or a pump type dispenser. So how we do this, let's put this guy's aside here. Take one of the sides and the bottom piece. The front of the bottom has these little notches in it, so we want to put the front and the bottom together like this and get something to keep everything at 90 degrees, get everything nice and square. And then what I do is I take my CA glue and just put a real light bead right across there, let it work in there, and then I take my accelerator and accelerate it. In a few seconds that is cured. Next I'll take one of the front pieces. Now you can put your glue on here, you can put your glue on here, or you can put the pieces together and then go around and fill the seam. It's whatever you're comfortable with. For these I like to put the glue on here. I'm doing this really fast. You can take your time about it, but I'm just showing you how quickly you can get this together if you want to. I have put a few of these together, so it's kind of becoming second nature. Get that on there. A couple of drops of accelerator to kick off the CA glue to cure it. And then we'll continue building up now. We'll use one of these bases here. Again, I'll put some glue on this edge. And then on the top of all of these little vertical uprights here. And 2 little tabs here go into the 2 little slots there. Everything kind of just drops into place. Hold this together real good. Put some kicker on there to accelerate that cure. And I'll go along here and do the same thing. Make sure everything's lined up real good and down good. And then we'll continue on to the next layer, doing it this way. Some glue on there. And some on the ends. Drop that into place. Accelerate the cure. Go along and accelerate it all the way along. And then another one of these. So we want to start with the end. A little glue on the top of all these uprights. Then into the slots, drop it down. Using the accelerator, we finish the job here. And then we continue up. There's two more identical to these, and then the top one. So I'm going to pause the video for a second, get the next two on because they're identical to these, and then I'll show you the top one. Okay, now we got a couple more of these levels in. Let's get this last one on here. Again, the glue on the end. Glue the tops. When I say glue the tops, I'm not talking about the little tiny tabs in the middle that stick up. It's the flats below, just below that you want to put the glue on. Slide this in. Accelerate the cure. Do that in a few more spots. And now the top one is really no different than all the rest. It just looks different. It goes on the same way. Here's the vertical piece here. Get some glue on it. Get that in there. Now if you've never used CA glue and accelerator, you're seeing the obvious advantage where you can get things lined up and hit it with the accelerator and you're done. It's set. Okay, so here's the last piece. It's no different than the others except it doesn't go back as far. It just fits right on there. So same situation, we put some glue on the end, then the top of all these. That guy on. Everything is set. There we go. And when I use the accelerator, I use it on about every other one. The other ones can just sort of cure naturally. About every other one is enough to keep everything in place. Now we've got everything done except this one side. This is the only slightly tricky bit because there's just a whole lot of little things that have to line up, but you just got to kind of work it in. And there's a certain amount of play in everything, so just kind of move things around a little until they fall into place. Once they do, as I have demonstrated there, I just turn the whole thing on its side like this and go around the inside and just glue everything inside. Gets a little tricky down here in the bottom, but you just get enough glue in there to hold everything. Make sure everything is down. Come in with your accelerator. And there you go, finished. This is the paint rack. This is the one that's the size for the Tester's Model Master paints. There you can see how they fit in. You'll want to take your time and go slow and get everything just right, but I've made a few of these, and once you've made a few of them, you'll see that they go together real quick. This is ready to be used right now. You can choose to seal it, paint it. You can get some wood filler, which I like to do, and go around and, you know, fix up all these little notches and everything where everything meets and sand it and make it real pretty. Or you just throw this on your workbench right now and start using it. It's ready to go. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. That's it. That's all there is to it. Goes together in a couple of minutes. It's nice and strong and works great. Thank you very much for watching.